Rightio, we got Mr. Basil here. He's a little superstar, just filming our loose lead walking tutorial, and he is doing really well. Okay, so essentially first things first, I might just check my mic is working because there's nothing more frustrating than that. Yep, we're good. So first things first, with our loose lead walking skills, we need to establish some criteria. He's doing really well already, so the criteria is pretty good. But essentially for me, I don't like my dogs walking any further than in front of my legs, okay? So essentially their shoulder blade being in line with me is fantastic. If they do start to drift out in front, that would be a good indication to either give a correction or change direction. To start off with, because we're teaching the behavior and in our early days, we want to be changing direction, not giving corrections, okay? But in that, the dog's going to self-correct. Okay, so the best thing about this, sorry, I'll go back to the criteria. So the dog has to be walking in line or behind me, okay? And also that applies to going to the side as well. There shouldn't be a loose lead out the side. Shouldn't be a tight lead to the side either. If the dog does drift or fall back behind us and that lead does come under tension, we just, obviously we need to make sure they're not going to the toilet, but we would just carry on, okay? So if they're not going to the toilet and just sniffing something, then we just keep walking, okay? Apply that pressure, the dog will come out of that pressure themselves. Okay, so what was I going to say? So direction changes. So essentially what this looks like, and the direction change will, the dog will self-correct themselves if they don't follow us, okay? So the whole idea of this method is that we increase the engagement with the handler. The dog starts watching the handler, okay? And therefore they avoid the correction because they can follow the handler around without hitting the end of the lead, okay? So as he, that was probably a little bit harsh, but he, again, self-correction. And I can guarantee you the thing with that is it's very unlikely that he's gonna do it again, okay? So, yes, we want to reinforce and praise when he is doing the right thing, okay? But again, criteria is, yes, good boy, right? He's not super food motivated at the moment. Yes, I think. Yep, there we go, a little bit of food then. Right, again, we're just changing direction. Yes, not food motivated. So essentially, we're going to walk in a direction, okay? If he does start to drift in front of us, we change direction. He will either follow us, okay, and avoid that correction by hitting the end of the lead, or if he ignores us, he's going to continue going straight like he did in that first rep and hit the end of the lead, give himself a correction essentially, and then what the learning is from that for the dog is that they follow us, they avoid that pressure, they don't follow us, they find that pressure, okay? We don't necessarily need to only change direction when the dog drifts in front of us. We want to be able to change direction at any point and have that dog understand that that could happen at any point and they need to follow us, okay? I am pretty light on with the, yes, okay. Good boy. I'm pretty light with the reinforcement because I'm just doing a lot of talking. Good boy. And ideally we don't actually want to stop and reinforce. It should just be, we should be able to keep going. Yes! Hey, good boy. Right, we want to keep going. Change directions. If he was to change directions with us and not apply that pressure, that is definitely a moment we want to mark and reinforce, okay? Yes, good boy. Right, but again, we do just want to change direction willy-nilly. I'm going to try and get a bit closer. Try and change direction willy-nilly so that there is no sort of, the dog has to start tuning in, right? They're just like, oh geez, this guy's crazy, he might go anywhere. Really got to pay attention because I want to avoid that correction, and the only way I can do that is if I follow him. So I better pay attention so that I can avoid that correction. Yes, good boy. Hey, good boy, Basil. You're a clever little boy. Right, let's go. Hey, good boy. Right, just making it a bit more fun, trying to lighten him up a bit. He's a bit, hey, good boy. Right, so there you go. That's a pretty good intro to loose lead walking. What we can do as well is, obviously with that loose lead walking, fantastic skill to practice by itself, but also a fantastic skill to incorporate into sit, free, good boy, good boy, into other training sessions or other training behaviors, okay? So we can do some walking, sit, free, good boy, good job, right? Again, it's really, really important to mix this up, make it fun, okay? So instead of just doing zigzags, we can do some stops. Sit, free, good boy, Basil, hey, good job, buddy, good job, good boy, hey, let's go. Free, good boy. And that's also something we want him to do as well, is default sit. Okay, so when we do stop walking and we look at him, free, good job, buddy. We just want him to sit down like good boy. Hey, good boy, right? Make sure we reinforce that. Free, good boy. As soon as his bum hits the ground, release, reinforce. Okay, the default sit, free, good boy is a great thing to combat a number of things. Okay, it's a great behavior to combat a number of things. Typically, the dog's not jumping up when they're in a sit. Okay, typically there's some engagement. Sit, free, good boy. The dog's tuned in, watching you. They know that when you sit, free, good boy. They know that when they sit, they're going to get that reinforcement. We want to reinforce things that we want to reoccur, and that default sit or that stop sit is fantastic. Good boy. Ready? Place. Free, good boy. Good job, buddy. Good job. Oh, little jump up on us there. Place. Free, good boy. Good boy. Again, working all these things. The place doesn't have to be a raised bed. It can be a bath mat, whatever. Sit. Free, good job. Good boy. Hey, good boy. You're a happy little dog. Again, working all these behaviors into a training session, so we can do a little bit of loose lead walking. Right, we do some direction changes, get the dog engaged with this. Then we do a stop. Sit. Free, good boy. Sit. Free, good boy. Hey, good job. Right, again, very simple stuff, just creating some fun training scenarios. Again, this video has probably gone way longer than you really need to even train for. Small sessions, frequent sessions. Sit. Free, good boy, Basil. You're a good boy. Hey, you're so clever, aren't you? Place. Free, good job. Good job. Right, gonna do a little down. Okay, down. Not the best down. Up, down. Free, good boy. Down. Down. Up, down. Free, good boy. Another way we can do the down, like I'm using that leash pressure downwards in that. Might be hard to see, but down. We ideally want him to be in a, let's go, let's go. See if he'll follow a lure, okay? What's this? Down. Free, good job. This is something fun to do as well, just have him follow that food. Down. Free, good boy, very clever boy, hey? Down. Free, good boy. Right, I can tell you've been practicing that, which is fantastic, and he gets that food drive then too, right? And we can just go, sit, free, down, down, free, good job, buddy. So again, we just want to mix it up, keep it fun, incorporate that training or that basic obedience into your loose lead walking sessions. Keep them short, keep them sharp, keep them frequent. Every day, if not every second day, he's doing super well, okay? Super well. Keep up the good work, guys. And yeah, as I said, do a wedge of those sessions where you're mixing up that training, and you'll see that relationship improve, but also just the understanding from him that this could happen at any time, and when I'm asked to do something, I've got to do it. Okay, keep up the good work.